Welcome back to the Crystal Palace Save here on FC26. We delve into the January transfer window in today's episode. Chronologically only at the moment. No current plans to spend any of the monstrous transfer budget we have available to us because, quite frankly, the team is playing well enough at the minute that it doesn't really need that much tweaking. Obviously, if something happens organically in Save that either becomes available to us transfer-wise or someone bids for one of our players or we consider maybe moving on to improving that position, then I will look to do so, but no current plans to make massive changes to the squad that we currently have. We do have a very busy month of December, as we did. Sorry, a very busy month of January, as we did month of December. Today we'll be going as far as and including the semi-final first leg of the Carabao Cup against Manchester United. So we'll play Newcastle. We're going to sim Fulham because obviously I want to play the FA Cup game and try and win that competition if we can. And well, it goes without saying that semi-finals get played, don't they, most of the time. Then it's Brighton, Malmö, Villa, Lugano and Sunderland in a very busy end of transfer window tomorrow before we push into the rest of the season, where hopefully we'll be qualifying for next season's Champions League. Hopefully we'll be winning the Europa League, or at least going as far in that competition as we possibly can, and winning the FA Cup and Carabao Cup too. We're still in the hunt for 4 trophies. I don't anticipate winning the league, but let's not say never. Do drop the video like if you're enjoying the Palace save so far. I'd appreciate it very much. We may well have some Football Manager content on the way this week if the beta gets announced, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Do make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on anything when that comes, or more of this save, or the Valencia save, of course, which will come to you this evening. Season 3 begins tonight. If you missed the last couple of episodes in the La Liga season finale or the Europa League final for that save, then do check the channel page. But I'm going to head to St James's Park now after waffling, and hopefully we can get 3 points. Right, second place in the league, Newcastle United line up as follows: Nick Pope, Livramento, Tio, Anselmino and Cambiasso, Guimaraes, Kamara and Tonali, Elanga, Voltemada and Anthony Gordon. Voltemada scored a brilliant goal for Newcastle in real life this past weekend. I would very much like it if he doesn't do that in this particular fixture, if possible. Hopefully we can do to Newcastle what Brighton did, albeit we're away from home and Brighton were playing at the Amex. But a 2-1 win here for Newcastle's opponents would be dreamy, please, if you don't mind. And I tell you what, a start for Elanga in behind would be perfect too. Not Elanga in behind. Sarr. Elanga plays for them, Ches. We've ridden the challenge. Curtis Jones. Ooh, it looked like it hit him in the face, but VAR will have a look at it. Penalty given inside 5 minutes here at St James's Park for the away side. Sandro Tonali. No. I'd say his arm is in a perfectly natural position there, and that isn't handball. It's in line with his body. He's pulled his arm in. All right. No pen, but a good chance for Curtis Jones to try and give us the lead. But obviously, we're not going to be taking it. Here's Kamara. Nice challenge by Quinton Timber. And we've got him on the back foot now. Going to send Amura away. Going to dart inside quickly. Then look through that gap. Brilliant movement by John Duran to give Crystal Palace a 1-0 lead. Newcastle give the ball away and they've committed Tino Livramento forward at right back, which left space in behind to be executed and exploited. 8th goal in 16 games for John Duran here in the Premier League now for Crystal Palace. Well worth the signing. And Amura, always creative as well. Lovely ball through the gap. Good movement by John Duran, and on that left foot, always going in. Sarr just out-muscles Guimaraes there. That was very comfortably done. Can't find a ball through though. Now here come Newcastle on the counter. Eventually it gave me Timber. Eventually they've given me the ball. Space again on this side for Amura. Tino Livramento has got to be better. It could be very similar to the chance a moment ago that ended up in the back of the net. Hasn't done so on this occasion. Anthony Elanga up against Danny Slater is probably weighted in the attacker's favour, but Danny has proven to be very, very good so far in this save since finding his way into the starting lineup. Elanga all the way around the outside of Diamande, who is adjudged to have given him a push in the back. There's nothing we can do about that one. The referee Yeah, you can see him on the back of the neck. Okay. Penalty Newcastle to equalise in the 32nd minute. Anthony Gordon from the spot. Buries. It's 1-1 at St James's Park. Nice interception. Sarr's away. Duran. Sarr. Brilliant. Outside the boot, I think, on the left foot there, maybe. A little bit of a finesser. 8 in 16 for John Duran. 7 in 18 for Ismaila Sarr. Not quite as prolific as he was last season, but these two link up quite nicely. How was that finish? Was it outside the boot? No, just instep of the left foot. Finds the far side netting, and we will... I don't know, it's like a finessed Tommy toe poke, it looks like. Regardless, it's gone in. And we will take the lead in at half-time. Thank you. Timber looking for Jones, but Bruno Guimaraes has cut it out, and Gordon will take a touch this time. Little nudge in the back. Malagusto comes across, though, to take it off him, and then loses it just as quickly. Bruno to Tonali. And Gordon quickly inside to Bruno Guimaraes again. Trying to just marshal him as best they can. Kamara, Elanga, Bruno. Voltemada, lovely turn, effort, well held by Dino. Newcastle putting together a decent move, but not scoring a decent goal. Right, I'm going to pump this long to John Duran, see if we can win the header. All right, that's a no then. Anselmino gets up very well. Bit of space. Meh. Tries to play it through a gap that existed, but couldn't find the angle. Tonali. That's a nice ball out wide to Anthony Elanga. Danny Slater just says tar. Tar and Toodles. Quickly forward to John Duran with a good beat of footwork, sorry. I can play Amora in, and he's going to have the legs here. Malik Shaw's with me. Oh, but he can't deal with that. But Amora can't find the finish. Lovely little cut back inside with the Ronaldo chop. But the far side netting could not be found. Joe Linton coming on at right back. Is that a change in system for Newcastle, or have they genuinely just brought Joe Linton on at right back? It seems so. Okay. In fact, they've gone even more defensive. They were playing 1 CDM and 2 centre mids. Now they're playing 2 CDMs and 1 centre mid. Are they trying to settle for a 2-1 defeat? I'm not sure what they're doing here. Maybe they'll change formation again once play continues and it all settles out. But I'm surprised to see them go slightly more defensive with the way that they're set up. Unless they're looking to soak up the pressure as we look to try and kill the game off. And then maybe, with the front 4, go for a counter-attack. I'm not sure. Amora looking for John Duran through the gap here. Needs to take it under control. Does so. Sarr's narrowly onside here, I believe. I think he did a no-look cross there, but it's not going to find anyone in the middle. And still with 15 to go, we are 2-1 in front. Oh, it could have been all done and dusted though if Amora had finished that chance. It's actually finding a way through. It's Kamara. Bring the CDM across. Elanga, good footwork. Really good cross. Lacroix can't deal with it. Big save, Henderson. I tried to clear it with Lacroix, and it really wasn't dealt with very well at all by the Frenchman. Changes made for both sides here. Voltemada off and Johan Wissa on as Elanga whips a ball in that might have been better suited to the frame of the man they just took off the pitch, but Timber can't deal with it now, and here comes Boubacar Kamara, but, well, he's, unfortunately for Newcastle, shooting like Boubacar Kamara. With 6.5 minutes to go, still the 2-1 lead is intact. Having to hang on to it a little bit here at the end, but hang on to it we are at the moment. Here's young Shepherd, now looking for Amora, who this time might have just a little bit more space to find his spot. Malik Shaw gets to it. Shepherd wins the header well. It's gone again. Shepherd. Oh, it's a heavy touch, unfortunately. 88th minute now. Time ticking down. I've had 2 chances with Amura to finish the game off, and I haven't been able to do it. And I'm not going to catch Elanga with Shepherd. We could catch Elanga with Diamande. Here's now Joel Linton in the box. And that's what you get when you don't take your chances. Punished on the counter-attack. Newcastle 2. Crystal Palace 2. And unfortunately, the 2 chances that Amura had on the breakaway, one that did get the shot away, the other one that didn't, are going to cost me here. Also pulling Diomande out of position, but I didn't feel like I had much of a choice. There was no one else that could get across to the man out wide, and I had to do something to close him down. Ugh. Last action of the game? No. Might be chance. Oh my God! John Duran with a power shot from outside the box, from well outside the box. And he couldn't have come any closer without scoring. Nick Pope, hopeless. And even despite conceding very late on, we nearly won it. I need to see that again. That was outrageous from John Duran. How far out is he here? Look, so far. Slow motion as he winds up for it. That's what? Nearly 30 yards? Nearly 30 yards out. Struck so cleanly. And for all the world, it might well have ended up in that top corner. But alas, it did not. It's a point only away from home against the Toon. Right, we go again then. Next up, Fulham. Aston Villa have bid for Eddie Nketiah. Now, previously, I said that I wasn't really contemplating letting Eddie go. But with £10.6 million on the table, which is significantly more than any of the other sides have offered, I might be tempted here, you know, to let Eddie go. He's just not playing for me now. And with Uche, to be fair, I think his valuation has gone up. With Uche still performing when called upon. Not really go any higher than where they are. Hello, Mr. Simeone. I forgot you were here. Will you pay 12? 12 is 50% more. No, they're only going to pay 10.6. Come on. What's a couple of mil between friends, eh, Diego? Good man. 11.5. The deal done. Significantly higher, as we say still, even despite the slightly lower negotiated fee. Significantly higher than previous. We've had bid for him. We've got Krupi in on loan, who can absolutely do a job. Scored a couple of goals for France's under-21s last week, as we mentioned in the earlier episodes. And then since I recorded those episodes, he then went and scored a couple of goals for Bournemouth in real life as well. So having quite the good season, young Eli Krupi at the minute. Next up for us is this simmer against Fulham, though. And I will throw Uche up top. Outside of that, I think I'm going to start basically a full-strength side here as we look to get 3 points in the Premier League, which indeed we very convincingly do. Jones, Sarr, Jones. Thank you very much indeed. Back to winning ways. Now, if we can do that again for the FA Cup, we'll be very happy. Right, Brentford. Quivine Kelleher in goal. Spence, Pinnock, Araujo and a left-back. Onyeka and Henderson. Ouattara, Carvalho and Donovan with Igor Thiago up top. Who was it at left-back for? Ulrich. Options on the bench are decent. They've not gone with a full-strength 11 here, Brentford, but neither have we. Allowed the AI manager, to pick his side for the cup game. Probably should have. I actually didn't check to see if they were playing a 3 or a 5-back, which I should have done, but thankfully they're not. We're playing a changed side here as well with, again, fringe players offer the opportunity to get some experience and some minutes in the cup, and hopefully they'll still be able to rise to the challenge here in the FA Cup. Brentford are a side that we should be seeing off, really. The FA Cup is something we'd love to win here in our time at Crystal Palace. Obviously, significantly a portion of the factor as to why we're at Crystal Palace in the first place is the FA Cup. But at the minute, no goals in the opening 8. Love that, thank you. Reed intercepts. Shepherd looking for Abdiel Zorzuli. Looking to feed in Eli Krupi, who stands it up, looking for Zorzuli again. Kelleher comes, doesn't quite get there. Rudoni down to Shepherd. Shepherd can't maintain it. Zorzuli came to me in between games and begged, basically, for a first-team spot for this fixture. He has gotten it, and he nearly was very heavily involved in the opening goal of the game. Araujo, Henderson, they're playing quite a slower tempo game here, Brentford. As you can see, quite happy to play it about a bit. Some good players in their team, though. Jed Spence, obviously, be a great acquisition for them at right back. But we're going to do everything we can to send Crystal Palace into the next round of the FA Cup. Round number 4 only at this stage, but round number 4 swiftly becomes round number 5, swiftly becomes 6, 7, and final. But we can't get Krupi on the score sheet. McKennie, Rudoni, Shepherd, Rudoni quickly round the corner, well intercepted by Onyeka. She loses out in the aerial encounter, and then Shepherd in the 50-50 on the floor. Donovan. Brilliant interception by Richards. We'll go Uche first because there's quite a bit of space in there. And then around the corner here to Abdiez Orzuli, who does have Eli Krupi gaining ground in the middle. And Krupi's there to nearly sweep home the opening goal of the game. Kelleher with a very good stop. Rudoni will deliver the corner. We're up for it! Very well indeed with Chris Richards. But the keeper right behind it. Rudoni could get this onto his left and look to deliver again. And Uche's up this time. And Kelleher is having quite the 5-minute spell here for Brentford. Called on very regularly and always delivering. Solid header by Richards, that. Here's Shepherd now from range. Whoa. That was moving. Big save from Kelleher again for not the first time today. Wynn's gotten a hold of that one. It's not quite going to reach a teammate. That one will. Reed, Borna Sosa. There's loads of space for Eli Krupi over here. And Uche's there. Oh, and he's beaten the man, and surely from here. Wow. Kelleher is apparently the best goalkeeper in the world. How has he saved that from Kristantos Uche? I've never been more certain of scoring a goal with Uche in my life. We should be 1-0 to the good. We've been missing a couple of very good chances in today's episode so far. It cost us against Newcastle. We cannot afford for it to cost us here against Brentford. Around the corner to Tango Ouattara. And here's Malambo off the bench for them. First thing he's done in the first attack since he's been on the pitch. Could have maybe sent Brentford through to the next round of the cup with literally just his first couple of touches of the football on the pitch. As Orzuli's trying to stay ahead of Jed Spence here. And has done so well. And at the back post, there's Amora, who's just come off the bench himself. And he nearly scored with his very first touch of the game. But the header goes wide. Igor Thiago and Malambo. Mikkel Damsgaard. Well in, McKennie. Would be great to go 1-0 up right at the beginning of the extra time. But it would be frustrating at the same time to have not been able to get the lead in the first 90 minutes of the game. Oh, but Ethan Pinnock has denied us that chance. As Uche's effort is well blocked. McKennie delivers the corner. It's cleared away. And Django will get to it, but Borna Sosa's recovered it well enough. Rudoni. And in front of Quinton Timber. Looking for Uche. Need runners. Not really got any. Rudoni trying to find a way through. Uche round the corner maybe. No, it's not accurate enough a pass. Well, we were frustrated to end up in extra time. We might even have a penalty shootout to come yet. Calm yourself. We might not have a penalty shootout to come later. Dango Ouattara gives Brentford a 1-0 lead in extra time. Leaping higher than the youngster at right back. His inexperience and lack of physicality showed there. 1-0 to the away side. Timbers won that back. Uche, 1 minute added on at the end of the half. And Rudoni's in. And surely this time. Well, your man of the match at this point. Definitely Quaveen Kelleher, isn't it? Damsgaard. And Vandenberg around the corner to Ouattara, who at the minute is match winner. Uche tried to drive it out wide. Felt like there was the space to do it, but Damsgaard intercepts. Ouattara rides the challenge. Ouattara's still going. Ouattara rides the next one too. Can't seem to get the ball back off Brentford at the minute. And Dango Ouattara, very nearly, gives them a second. We've kept that in play. Questions asked whether that's passed back or not. Well, there are moments to go in this one. And Jed Spence might just have sealed the victory for Brentford by intercepting that through ball. There was room to be played in down the wing. Room we couldn't find. 1 minute added on. That's still fallen free to a Brentford man. And despite Kepa's pump forward, that's game. At the first opportunity, we are eliminated from the FA Cup. Getting flashbacks. Didn't we lose in the third round last year as well? Something about this FA Cup just doesn't seem to click with this Crystal Palace squad. Nowhere near retaining the trophy last year, and nowhere near winning it again this year. Out. We must be better against Manchester United. Manchester United with Senna Lamens in goal, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez and Dorgu, Mainu and Ugarte sat deeper, Barcola, Fernandes and Burmo, and Benjamin Šeško up top for them. It is a full-strength Manchester United side for this semi-final first leg here at Selhurst Park. If we can get a really good first leg win, we'd be delighted. But based on the way that we've performed in this episode so far today, don't count on it. Out of the FA Cup to Brentford, throwing away the chance of a win away from home against Newcastle, and finding ourselves conceding an equaliser late on. We're not firing on all cylinders here in January, and at the minute, if we were to want to bring someone else to the club in this transfer window, not exactly painting a good portrait of ourselves, are we? Bradley Barcola is quite the signing for Manchester United, but Gusto's done well there. And can we play Sarr through the gap? Yes, we can. Ismaila Sarr, Senna Lamens with a very good save. Goalkeeper's been the bane of my life from that Brentford game onwards. And now Senna Lamens feels like he wants to do exactly the same as Quevin Kelleher, as that one goes wide. I thought Burmo was going to go centrally and he didn't, and again I'm having to draw Diomande out of position, trying to force him on his right. Still finds a really good ball, and Kobbie Mainoo wins the header at the back post. Doesn't matter whether you've got the inexperience of the youngster Reed or the first team experience of Malo Gusto, we are vulnerable to back post headers, it seems, today. 1-0 United. I'll tell you what, this Man United side is very good. I don't know whether player-based ability is actually playing a massive part here, but certainly we have found it more difficult in this second season at Crystal Palace since we turned it on. No more so than today's episode, it seems. Well, never more so than today's episode. Sarr's making a run this time. We will find him. Duran. 1-2. A 1-2-3. Yes! Now that is a goal of real quality and deserving of a semi-final in any cup competition. Up the Eagles. We're level, and that's brilliant interlinking play between Duran and Ismaila Sarr. Burmo's done me there. Oh, Dino. Thank the Lord for Dean Henderson. Goalkeepers have been on point so far today. Thankfully, mine's turning up now as well. Senna Lamens, and more importantly, Quevin Kelleher, against whom we can do no more today. Oh, and Burmo's right foot is not, thankfully, as good as his left. Trying to trick his way through. Clearance hits Šeško only. Falls dead at his feet. Oh, lovely footwork, thankfully. They've given the ball away. I'm trying to keep hold of it, though. Kobbie Mainoo's out-muscled me. Talk about pressure. Ugarte. Bruno. One way, then the other. Big save, Dino. Oh, this is not comfortable in the slightest. Šeško. Good block by Danny Slater. It's going to fall to Mainoo. Lacroix wins the header. Wharton just gets that away towards Curtis Jones. Oh, it's lovely footwork by Ismaila Sarr. Dorgu can't deal with that. Here's Curtis Jones, and here comes Quinton Timber. No, oh. So I'm winding up for the power shot. Ugarte, I think it was, gets back. Kobbie Mainoo, of course, was playing for us this time last year as we brought him in on loan. In a minute, his goal sees United level with us on aggregate, and still with a very big chance of maybe doing something. Or did that hit a hand? No. Very big chance of maybe sending Manchester United through to the final at Wembley. Here comes Benjamin Šeško on the counter. We're wary of Bruno Fernandes through the middle. He's elected to go backwards, but very quickly forward still it comes. Šeško again. Tackled by Lacroix. This is end-to-end stuff now. Will it be end-to-end stuff that ends with a definitive winner from the first leg. It might. Oh, what a save! And on the follow-up! Might as well be a single leg rather than two. Starting from parity. Or will it be parity? Mazraoui to Mbermo. Looking to power around the outside. Looking for the man at the back post again. And Bradley Barkler's that man this time. But wide is the effort. Not on target. And with seconds to go. 2 minutes added on at the end of the half. We do look destined to be level. And it came at the very death of the first half. Our equalising goal. But that's all we're going to get is an equaliser. We will have to go again at the beginning of February to Old Trafford to try and get ourselves through to Wembley for a cup final here this season. Oh, really difficult episode today. The defeat to Brentford is painful. Conceding a late equaliser to Newcastle, equally as painful, considering what it could have done for our league ambitions. We are still top four. Arsenal have now bid for Quinton Timber, but Arsenal are nowhere in the league at the minute. Arsenal down in 8th, really struggling. Liverpool down in 7th as well, having a nightmare of a game. Arsenal are losing 1 in every 3 games they play at the minute in the Premier League, which is really poor. Really poor. With 2 points inside the top 4 at the minute, but as we well know from last season, 4th isn't necessarily good enough. I'm going to be rejecting that from Arsenal. We have ambitions to be finishing in the top 3 if we can. I don't think anything title-wise is going to be a potential. Malo Gusto, a bid from Leipzig, which will turn down. A Chris Richards to Manchester United. He's just signed a new deal with this Chris Richards. He's 79 rated right now, but he is unhappy at the club, and I believe has put in a transfer request because he's not getting enough first-team football. I'll just double-check and see if there is an actual transfer request from him. And it is, and I'd be honest, I would be tempted to honour that. He's very unhappy with his play time. It would mean we'd have the opportunity to sign someone else. What is Lacroix's squad role? Important only. Richards is important as well, and he's not getting the first team football. I think we let Chris Richards go, and I think we look to sign a high-quality centre-back replacement. Lacroix has made some errors in his recent few games and hasn't been as reliable as Diamande. I think we negotiate this. I think we try and maximise the deal for Chris Richards, and then we are looking for a new centre-back. I don't think I'm going to be able to get much more than £18 million for him. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get much more than his current valuation, judging by the way Ruben Amorim is being quite feisty here. He wants out. I just kind of have to let him go. Chris Richards has been a good squad servant for us, but unfortunately, it looks like he's going to be on his way out. We'll see if it goes through between now and the game against Brighton. It doesn't look like it's going to. Well, we know we've got enough money to be able to afford pretty much anybody we want, but I don't know if we could justify anybody we want. There's a shout in chat for Mark Gahey return, but he's obviously only gone at the beginning of this window of this season, and he's still at Barca. So no, Mark Gahey's not coming back. At least not even remotely close to yet. But certainly we are going to need a centre back, and with the financial clout we have at the minute, it would be silly to waste the opportunity to really significantly strengthen at centre back. Lacroix's been great, but if we can sign someone 85, 86 rated, I think we really need to take the opportunity. And this Chris Richards deal might be the thing that's kind of forced us to look at something of that nature. We could maybe look for someone that is at a rival at this level in the Premier League, or maybe we could look for someone from elsewhere, where kind of the draw of the Premier League is what brings them to the club. But we're challenging for the Champions League. We're not out of a title fight, but we're not really in a title fight, nor do we expect to be. But we want to qualify for next season's Champions League, and a significant improvement at centre-back could be the answer. Certainly we could have done with conceding less goals today. That's all for this episode, though. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Please do subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more. Football Manager Beta has just been announced. It's coming out tomorrow as you see this, Thursday. So Friday, we will be streaming it. Don't miss it. I'll see you then.